Hello everyone, it's video blog time. I'm out here enjoying the beautiful weather today, and I want to talk a little bit about a subject that is, back in the whole music uh, subject. I'm a do-it-yourself artist. I make music, I release it, I perform it, write it, of course, and I'm always trying to find ways to improve, uh, especially improve the way I sell my music and get it out to people. Because, I mean, let's face it, I'm not tied to a big industry, I'm not tied to a big company. I call the shots, I am my own company, and um, that can be quite challenging, and I've thought about it endlessly. And yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about not fitting in and what you can do to fit in while staying true to whatever it is that made you not fit in the first place. It'll make more sense, I hope, after I'm done. So whether you feel like you don't fit in your profession, your personal life, not fitting in is something I think almost every human being on the planet has felt at some point or another. But if it falls into your profession, you can do something about it. I mean, I would imagine you can do something about it even in your personal life, if that's what you're feeling. And I imagine the things I say can pertain to that as well. For me, I have a project where I write all kinds of music, and I'm not too concerned with, or I never was concerned with, really knowing what genre I am, sticking by rules like that. But over the years, to sell it, the truth is you do have to find a way to know what you are. As much as I like the freedom of being a do-it-yourself artist, I have to know, well, what I am. What am I? Because if I don't know that, how are you going to know that? There's just no way. And trust me, that's a very big thing. It doesn't seem like it should be, or why it is, but it is. It's one of the reasons that if people understand something and they like it, they will instantly, for the most part, share it. They'll tell someone about it. If they're a little bit apprehensive, yeah, I'm not so sure, I like it, but I don't get it, guess what? They won't. So I've learned about that over the years, because my project is kind of like that. I've never really paid attention to, at least early on, to how I do things. I enjoy making projects and EPs and albums and singles that kind of, there's this evolution of my sound, but it's not really an evolution. It's more of a me adapting to my own life as an artist. Okay, I feel this right now, I'm going to do that. Okay, I feel this right now, I'm going to do that. But in the end, it's made it hard to sell. Now, I love this project dearly. It is me. It's a part of my life. It's a part of who I am. And I would want nothing more than to be successful in getting it out there to people. And I can't say I haven't been, even maybe a little successful in doing that. I have. I get compliments. I have 121 subscribers on this YouTube. I know in the grand scheme that's nothing, but I'm thankful for every single one that has subscribed. It may not seem like a big deal, but remember, unless it's a spam account, this is a real person that chooses to put that subscribe button. That means a lot to me. It really does, and I think it should to you as well if you're trying to get a YouTube going. But anyways, yes, it's been a challenge to promote my music and figure out the niche, what it is, what market I can market to, and that is important. If you don't care about getting your stuff and throwing it out there, then that's fine, that's okay, and that's my next point. These are all choices. See, I don't have to be in this position. I could say, you know what, I heard some people say they really like this song. It's kind of more of a pop punk song. Well, why don't I throw everything away and let's start clean. Let's go into pop punk again. And I say again because I used to have a band where I was in a pop punk band. But let's go into pop punk. Let's do nothing but that. Let's write songs and make sure that it's super streamlined. I could do that and go from there, and it would be a little easier to sell the product, and that would be fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're doing that, that's fantastic. Keep on doing that, and take advantage of the fact that it is a little easier to market. You may have problems in another area, but at least you have that covered. Well, for me, I made the choices to not do that because I really enjoy kind of jumping around. I enjoy having songs like Reasons to Live. If you're familiar with my music, it's kind of a, you know, mid-tempo kind of dramatic song. You know, I enjoy also having kind of little funny songs like Good Morning, Fresh and Sunny. You know, I enjoy kind of the more energetic tempo, up-tempo songs of, you know, To This Offend You. That's what I like about this project, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. So instead of saying, okay, I'm going to go streamlined and pick a sound, for me, I'm going to say I'm going to do what I want, but I'm going to have to my challenges are now going to be put into figuring out how to market my world as an artist. So if you're in the same position as me, where you've chosen to be yourself exactly how you want to be in your profession, and you're having trouble marketing it, then this is my advice. And you could say, okay, I'm no a master of this yet. I'm not. I have 121 subscribers. I have whatever stats I have in all my social networks. Now, granted, that's not everything, and I've talked about that in other videos, so I don't need to really brush up on it here. But I'm just using that as a quick way to get, you know, how much engagement I got going. Okay. Okay, I am where I am. I'm not this big time master of social networking at this point. I'm working at it, but I do think I know a little bit about what you can do to improve this project or this thing you're trying to promote that's been tough. First and foremost, always try to improve. Okay, that's one thing. That's something that's something you can do yourself. Listen to constructive criticism. Go forward. Avoid cleaning the slate. And I'll elaborate a little bit. It's kind of like I said earlier. I could literally clean the slate and start over again, but then I'd be chasing a sound, or I'd be chasing something, and that's a little different. Okay, avoid doing that. Stay true to what you're doing. Keep on growing. If you can create a world, people will see that growth, and it may be a fun thing. Like, how many YouTube artists channels have you followed where they're massively successful, and it's kind of cool to go back and see their first videos where it's like, you know, like potato quality, kind of like this video, like the way I record my video blogs. It's kind of fun, right, to see like so and so go all the way, you know, all the way where it started, and it's just like so like cheap and nothing special in terms of the quality. I think that's kind of cool. But what happens with these artists is they improve and they improve and they improve, and that's what I'm saying. See, keep on trying to improve, but don't like start at ground zero every single time. Maybe something doesn't bite for you, you know. Just keep growing, and let it happen. Be consistent, because that's the only real way, in my opinion, you're going to create a world. And I have now reached my main piece of advice for people that have a project or a career that's hard to promote. Create a world, because you're not part of the world, the big industry, the corporations. When you are, there's many different little pieces that come together to help that one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever seen a video shoot for Taylor Swift? There's hundreds of people, you know, all putting their heads together, all helping out for this one cause. Well, my friends, if you're like me, you're on your own pretty much. And yeah, I have a support team. I have people that help me in what I do. That's for sure. And yeah, I think we all need that. But we're pretty much alone. You know, we don't have all this, you know, crazy big team. So you're gonna have to create a world where people can be familiar. See, Ben, once you create that world, your project doesn't have to make that much sense. It just has to make sense to the person in your world and to you. It can't be a fake world. It has to be a true world. Like, let's take my YouTube channel. I have found that if I do things that I want to do, like maybe a little funny video here and there, I have a playlist where I call it ridiculousness, where I just, you know, I don't force it. If I have something funny that I want to film, I'll do it, and then I'll add to that playlist. If I want to do a video blog, well, I'll do the video blog and I'll add to the playlist. I'll do something random, I'll add to the playlist randomness. And then, of course, the heart and soul of the video blog of this channel is my original music. When I have a new song, well, it goes on Chris Sky Music. New music video, It goes on to the new music video area. But there's all this content that keeps on going, you know. For some people, that may be exhausting, and it may not be something they need. You know, if you're a punk rock band that plays nothing but punk rock music, and it's easy to say, well, what are you? A punk rock band? Nothing wrong with that. But guess what? It's a little easier to market. You may not have to do all that extra stuff because people get it poof on first listen. Of course, you know, even you may still want to do extra stuff. Even that'll just help, in my opinion. But you don't have to if you're like that. If you're in that world, if you're having trouble promote, I think that can only really help. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you know, pick your weapon of choice there. I personally think that as exhausting as it can be, you should probably have them all, because you never really know which one's going to work with you the best, your personality. I find that YouTube, is the best one for me, because it can hold everything. It can hold the music, it can hold the videos, and I think it works best with who I am as a person. It's the one that I'm trying to grow the most lately. But of course, you know, if you grow one, and you get successful in one, well, chances are all the others will grow naturally. And that's what you want, natural, real growth. You don't want to, like, and I said this on other video blogs where I talked about social networks, you don't want to grow them unnaturally, follow for follow, you know, too much of that sort of thing. That doesn't really work, in my opinion, not anymore. So yes, if you're having trouble marketing yourself, figure out who you are, know your own project better than anybody, so that well, chances are you will know your project better than anybody, and just know it so well that you can figure out how to create that world to where when a person sees what you do, they can figure it out, and they can be a part of your world, and then guess what? They'll share what you do because they know for sure, I like this person. I like what they do, and I want to get it out. And my friends, shares on social networks is like winning an Oscar every single time. It is something you should never take for granted. People choose to say, you know, I like this, and I want people around me to see that. That is super flattering every single time I get shared on whatever social network, reblogged, retweeted, whatever. I very much appreciate that, and I think you should too. So anyways, I'll end with that. I'll end with this. If you're having trouble marketing yourself, you have a project that it's kind of hard to just put in one corner and say this is what it is. You know, you can be doing ads for your project, sponsored on content, and you have a hard time labeling it because you don't know what kind of fan base to go to. Well, my friends, you can do that. It won't hurt, but work on figuring out a way to create a world so that it all makes sense. We're all entertainers first. If you are an entertainer, if you're a dancer, if you're a comedian, a musician, that comes second. First, you're an entertainer. And why I say that is because in the end, you're just a passing entertaining vessel on a social network. You know, that is the truth. And whether it's comedy, whether it's something sad, or whether it's a piece of artwork, it's entertainment for people. And if it makes sense to the person, if they get it, they will share it. So if you're having trouble marketing yourself, focus on improving as much as you can, keep on growing, and make it a round world to where in the end someone says, well, what's Chris Sky? Oh, Chris Sky is this. It's his YouTube channel and his music and the videos and this. I know exactly what Chris Sky is. And then boom, 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 more shares start happening because there's an understanding. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video blog. I hope it's been helpful. Until next time, rock on.